Good morning, everyone. So, what's up? I hope you all are doing well. So, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss Newton's laws of motions, one of the most important topic of mechanics and a favorite of examiners in all competitive exams. So, basically, this is a very simple topic, but sometimes students finds it difficult to solve the numerical problems in this topic. So let me simplify this topic for all of you. So write down Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. Everybody continues. Everybody continues to be in state of rest. In state of rest are in uniform motion. Until or unless it is compelled by some external force. It is compelled by some external force. Okay. Now write the definition of inertia. What is the inertia? Inertia is the property by the virtue of which a body opposes any change in its state of rest or uniform motion. This is called inertia. For example, while moving in DTC buses, if you people traveled in DTC, so when the driver applies the brake, people all of a sudden starts moving forward direction. That is the example of inertia. So basically this is the first law. In a mathematical language, if f is equal to 0, then u will be constant. So this is the first law. This constant may be 0 in case of rest or static condition. Then comes Newton's second law. What does it say? Write down. When a body is subjected to any outside force, the rate of change of momentum will be directly proportional to the external force applied, net external force applied. So F applied will be directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. We can write it as F is equal to some constant into dp by dt, as the proportionality constant will be equal to 1 here. So F will become dp by dt. Further, we know that momentum p is equal to mass into velocity, mass into velocity. So we can write it as dmv by dt, dmv by dt. This will be equal to m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. As we all know that mass is constant with respect to time. This is a constant. So dm by dt will be equal to 0. So f will be equal to, this will become 0. F will be m into dv by dt, and this is the dv by dt, rate of change of velocity, that is acceleration. So this will be f is equal to ma. Okay. So numerical application of second law of motion. If a body, this is a body, and f1, f2, f3, f4, f5 and f6 are various external forces applied on this. So f net or f resultant, f net will be equal to f1 plus f2 plus f3 plus f4 plus f5 plus f6, and the resultant acceleration will be equal to f net, f resultant or f net by m. So this is the numerical application. Now we will move on physical application of second law of motion. Physical application. Physical applications. Case 1. A body is kept at rest on a horizontal plane. So normal reaction n will be vertically upward, perpendicular to the surface, and gravitational force mg will be vertically downward. No horizontal force will be there. F1 is equal to 0, F2 is equal to 0. So N will be balanced by mg. Here N will be equal to mg. As N minus mg will be is equal to 0. State of rest. Second case, body is moving with constant acceleration a. Then obviously vertical forces will be cancel out. They will balance N again, N and mg. N will be equal to mg. And this is, let F is the force, F1 is the force towards right direction and F2 is towards left. So F net will be F1 minus F2. That will be equal to m into a. This is the second case. Now let us see case third. Body kept on a horizontal plane. A force F is acting F1 at angle theta with horizontal, and a force F2 is acting at this angle alpha. Again, there will be no motion on vertical direction. Here, normal reaction N will be N upward, mg downward. Now, first of all, let us consider component F1 horizontal component of F1 will be F1 cos theta, and that vertical component will be F1 sin theta. Similarly, here this will be F2 cos alpha, and this will be F2 sin alpha. Now, first of all, let us consider vertical forces. So, upward direction N plus F1 sin theta this will be equated by vertically downward mg, this and this F2 sin alpha, F2 sin alpha. So this is the first equation, in this case 3. Now let us consider horizontal forces. Forces acting towards right, F1 cos theta minus f2 cos alpha minus f2 cos alpha will be equal to m into a. This will be the resultant acceleration that we have to find. So in this we saw the case of horizontal plane. Now let us consider an inclined plane. This is a plane and the body is kept on it without any external force. So mg will be vertically downward, gravitational pull will act vertically downward, and the normal reaction will be perpendicular to the surface. So if inclination angle of the plane is theta, this is theta, then this will be 90 minus theta. So this is 90 minus theta, hence, and this will be mg cos 90 minus theta, that will be equal to mg sin theta. Again, this will be equal to mg cos theta. This will be balanced by normal reaction, so n will be equal to mg cos theta and the resultant force along the plane will be mg sin theta. Mg sin theta will be the F net force on the body. So this will decide the acceleration of the body, ma. So a will be equal to g sin theta. Again, second case, body is let make it second case. Body is pulled by the force F1 and there is a force F2 in opposite direction. So other again n will be normal reaction will be perpendicular to the plane, mg will be vertically downward, so this will be mg cos theta. Mg cos theta will be equal to normal reaction. This is the equation 1. Now let us consider forces along the plane. So vertically upward is F1, and not vertically, vertical upward to along plane. Then downward forces are minus F2 plus mg sin theta, mg sin theta. This will be the F resultant or F net in this case, and this will decide the acceleration of the body. Okay. Now let us consider case number 3. In case 3, what will happen? If force F1 is applied at angle theta to the inclined plane, this is F1. So its component along the plane and perpendicular to the plane will be F1 cos theta and F1 sin theta. Got it? Another force F2 is acting at angle alpha in this direction. So its component along the plane will be F2 F2 cos alpha, and perpendicular will be F2 sin alpha. Now first of all, there will be no motion in the perpendicular direction of the plane. So forces vertically perpendicular to the plane and will be balanced by one another. So N plus F1 sin theta F1 sin theta plus N plus F1 sin theta plus F2 sin alpha, F2 sin alpha will be equal to mg cos theta mg cos theta mg cos theta. This will be equation number 1. Now let us consider forces along the plane. Forces along the plane are, this is upward direction F1 cos theta, F1 cos theta minus opposite direction F2 cos alpha, F2 cos alpha plus component of mg sin theta. This will be the resultant F net that will give us acceleration m into a. So this is the second equation. Now let us consider case of vertical plane. Case 1. This is a vertical plane or a wall, and the body is pushed against this wall in this way. So this force F1 in this direction will be equated by normal reaction N. N will be equal to F1 and gravitational force mg will act vertically downward, and there is no force in vertically upward direction. So F net will be is equal to mg will be equal to mx. So A will be equal to g. Body will move with acceleration of equal to g. Now the body is second case. The body is pushed against the wall. At same time, mg is acting vertically downward. There are two other forces, F2 and F3. F2 and F3. Now when we see, there will be no motion in horizontal direction, so F1 will be equal to N. They will balance each other. This is equation 1. Now let us consider vertical direction. So F net will be equal to F2 minus F2 is vertically upward and F3 and mg vertically downward. So F3 plus mg this will be vertically downward and is equal to m into a. So a will be we will find it from this equation. Now let us consider the third case. And the third case is that F1 is acting at angle theta with this vertical plane. So its components will be F1 sin theta and F1 cos theta. In horizontal direction, there will be no motion. So n will be balanced by F1 sin theta. N is equal to F1 sin theta. This is the first equation. Now to find F net, we will consider the vertical forces. What are vertical forces? First, F net. First is F2, that is vertically upward, plus F1 cos theta. F1 cos theta they are working vertically upward direction. Now mg is acting in vertically downward. This will be equal to m into a. From here we will find the acceleration of the body. So these are various applications of Newton's second law of motion. You will find multiple questions, important question in various exams in this topic. Now write down Newton's third law of motion. So Newton's third law says, write down, every action has its equal and opposite reaction. One of the most popular laws of physics. So we will discuss various cases, examples and questions asked in various competitive exams in the coming lecture. So for today, thank you.